Spring training is over. Bring on the regular season.
You are Locked On Yankees, your daily New York Yankees podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Yankees, which is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use code all lowercase LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. Coming up on today's show, DJ LeMahieu is going on the IL. Are we surprised? The Yankees are finished with spring training. They're moving on to Houston. But first, we found out who's making the trip to Houston. This is very exciting. So we found out that some guys are making the team and opening the season with the Yankees, some guys that we might not have thought were going to. So Nick Burdi, who pitched really well this spring and who has had multiple surgeries, so health has always been an issue for him, has made the roster. He'll be in the bullpen. And so will Clayton Beeter. Now, didn't I mention Clayton Beeter on yesterday's show? I believe I did. Now, this isn't a permanent thing for Beeter. This comes from an article by Joel Sherman. It says, Nick Burdi and Clayton Beeter were told they have won the competition and camped for the final two spots in the Yankees bullpen and will travel with the team to Houston. However, the Yankees defined that it was the competition in their camp, and that over the next few days, when there will be roster shakeup or shakeout elsewhere, they can still pivot if they feel something better presents itself. Some people were actually surprised that Dennis Santana didn't make it. And the article said that Santana probably would have made the Yankees over Beeter if he had options. But without them, the Yankees did not want to put him on the roster. And then if they needed a roster spot, they could not send him to the minors without exposing him to waivers first. The Yankees are also expecting Tommy Kahnle to be ready about 2 weeks into the season, so they'll need a pen spot. And Beeter will probably be the one sent down because he has the options to be sent down. And that's if he definitely makes the roster, because things could change before Thursday. But right now, he's going to Houston. So he could be sent down. He can go to AAA and work in the rotation and work on some pitches that he needs to, work on. Did I say work enough time there? I think I did. So good news for Burdi, good news for Beeter. Might not be permanent for Beeter, but still, that's a cool experience. He's going to Houston. He's probably already there because they flew there already. I'm recording this Monday night. Aaron Boone said that Kevin Smith, Oscar Gonzalez, Greg Allen, Jose Rojas, and Dennis Santana have all been assigned to the minors. And Yerry De Los Santos and Luis Torrens were also assigned to minor league camp. So Brian Hoke tweeted that the roster appears to be set now, barring a trade involving Jahmai Jones or Ben Rortvedt. Both of those guys are also out of minor league options. So in that case, the Yankees could or will at this point carry 13 pitchers: Beeter, Burdi, Cortez, Ferguson, Heel, Gonzalez, Hamilton, Holmes, Loaizaga, Rodon, Schmidt, Stroman, Luke Weaver. 3 catchers: Trevino, Wells, Rortvedt. That's right. Wells was told that he made the team, and he had a very smiley picture on Yankees Instagram heading to Houston. Infielders: Cabrera, Rizzo, Torres, Volpe. Outfield: Grisham, Jahmai Jones, Judge, Soto, Verdugo, and then Stanton as your DH. So we'll see how that goes with some of these guys. But this roster also doesn't have certain guys on it, clearly, because Cole isn't there, DJ isn't there, Scott Efros isn't there. Like, there are a bunch of guys who are hurt who aren't there. So, yeah, things are taking shape. Right now at 9:51 p.m. on Monday, March 25th, the Yankees are still taking on the Diablos Rojos in Mexico and getting their butts kicked. I checked about 20 minutes ago. It was 4-1 Yankees, and I thought, cool. And last checked, it was 8-4. We're going to talk about that in segment 2. Just thought I'd give you an update, even though this isn't live. So you'll see this on Tuesday. And thanks, Stace. I know about all this stuff already. Whatever. So something interesting came across the wire, otherwise known as Twitter or X, whatever you call it. I still call it Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Baseball Reference came out with predictions for the season and how they think teams are going to do. And is something wrong with their system? Because they have the Yankees finishing with the third worst record in the AL at 71-91. Did I time travel back to the early 90s? And if I did, can I do everything over again? Because I would love to go back and do everything over again. Otherwise, what on earth is happening with their system? 71-91? I feel like the Yankees could let me hold on. I feel like the Yankees could lose their entire rotation and still not finish 71-91. 71-91? The Yankees haven't been that bad in over 30 years. I don't understand. Because Pacoda from Baseball Prospectus has the Yankees at 92.7 wins, which seems a bit high. But it's not as bad in that direction as the 71-91 is for Baseball Reference. So I don't understand how there's that big of a discrepancy. Tell me what you think below on YouTube about the 71-91, because I'm not kidding. They've literally have not been that bad in over 30 years. So I don't understand what that system is showing them, but that's crazy. Okay, according to Baseball Reference, the World Series odds: Dodgers 13.5%, Orioles 12.9%, Braves 12%, Phillies 11.6%, Mariners 8.6, Brewers 8.1, Padres 6.3, Astros 5.5, Twins 5.4, Rays 5.4, Cubs 4.6, and Blue Jays 2.2. Those are the World Series odds. I'm flummoxed by these numbers. I don't understand what. So, okay. So since I told you how they think the Yankees are going to be, they have the Orioles at 94-68, Tampa at 89-73, the Blue Jays 86-76. Yeah, because they have points after it. So I'm trying to do the math in my head with the decimals. They have the Red Sox ahead of the Yankees at 79-83. And the Yankees at 70. Oh, wait, no, it's 72-90. It's 72-90. They have them at 71.6. So it's 72-90 is what they think the Yankees are going to be in 2024. That's hilarious. It's also like, what? They have the Yankees being almost as bad as the Washington Nationals. They also have the St. Louis Cardinals at 70-92. I know the Cardinals were bad last year, but I think they got better in the offseason. That is insane. So yeah, they have the Yankees at the third worst record in the AL. Only the Chicago White Sox, oh my God, and Oakland A's are worse. Let me know below again what you think about that, because I think that's crazy. I don't know what Baseball Reference is doing. Because again, I feel like with the Yankees offense as it is, even with some of the injuries they have, 72 wins? That's, no, that's crazy. Anyway, we're going to talk about the last couple of games of spring training. Clarke Schmidt had his last start before the regular season, and he did well. We're going to talk about that. But first, don't forget to reply to the pinned comment on our videos Monday through Thursday if you want your questions answered for Fan Mail Friday, or you can join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club. There's a link in the description. You'll get texts from me. You can text me questions. There's a 14-day free trial. It's a lot of fun. So coming up next, another split squad day for the Yankees in 2 different countries. PrizePicks is North America's largest daily fantasy sports platform. It's the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS because it's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, you pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. I decided to give it a go on Monday afternoon. Right before the Yankee game started, I picked Clarke Schmidt to get more than 4.5 strikeouts, and he got 6. I also picked Kevin Gausman to get more than 3.5 strikeouts, and he finished his game with 5. I was very excited I got those 2 correct. You can also pick more than or less than on first inning runs for baseball, but I thought strikeouts were safer, and I was correct. By the way, if you're into the NBA, you can pick more than or less than on everything from three-pointers made to turnovers committed. So download the app today and enter code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, that's code LOCKEDONMLB. It's all one word and it's all in lowercase letters to get that first deposit match up to $100. Join PrizePicks today. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Welcome back. Are you watching Fox Sports or ESPN on your TV all day? You have to turn the volume down with all that shouting. Make the switch to Locked On Sports today, a free 24/7 sports streaming channel programmed for you every day to bring you the biggest stories without all the screaming. Locked On Sports today brings you can't-miss analysis, opinions, and news. Streaming 24/7 on YouTube or the free Amazon Fire TV channels app, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Okay, let's check in on how the Yankees are doing in Mexico because, as I said in segment 1, it was not pretty last I checked. I was all excited. It was 4-1. Jose Trevino had a double and a triple, and things were looking good. And then the wheels came off. Luis Serna was pitching, and they had a mound visit, and then he gave up a grand slam. And they were losing 5-4. And then I checked again a few minutes later, and it was 8-4. So let's see how the Yankees are doing right now, because it doesn't seem like, let's see. Well, they have the Mets score. They did well in Tampa. That's good. But they are not doing well in Mexico against the Diablos Rojos, who are basically like the Yankees of Mexico, according to what I read. So it's not a bad thing that the Yankees lost to them. Like, it's not an embarrassing thing, you know what I mean? Because they're good. But yeah, oh, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't win everything. But, the last time the Yankees went to Mexico to play these guys, way the heck back in 1968 when, Mickey Mantle was there, Joe Pepitone was there. The Yankees were there for a long time. They played a few games and did pretty well. But let's see what's going on. And Luis Serna, oh my gosh, he's only 19, pitching in front of the Mexican crowd. He's from Mexico. That's just, and he gave up the grand slam. See, that's terrible. I don't like that at all. So let's talk about Clarke Schmidt, because that went better. He threw 5 innings against the Mets on Monday in his last start before the opening series against, well, no, he's not going to be pitching in the opening series against Houston. He will be pitching in Arizona against the Diamondbacks. 5 innings, didn't give up a run, gave up 1 hit, walked 2, struck out 6. He looks ready for the season. He looked good. From what I saw a few innings of it. And he also threw this really wicked knuckle curve that Pitching Ninja put on Twitter. And if that pitch is working for Clarke Schmidt this season, he's going to get a lot of guys out swinging on that pitch. It was really, really good. Very impressive. Clay Holmes pitched a scoreless inning with a hit and a strikeout. Caleb Ferguson also pitched a scoreless inning, struck out 2. Luke Weaver closed out the game, throwing 2 scoreless and hitless innings with 5 strikeouts, so that's impressive. As for the offense, Judge had a hit, Glaber had a hit, Austin Wells had a hit, Trent Grisham came in for Rizzo in the 6th inning. He got a hit. Roderick Arias had 2 hits, and Benjamin Cowles, who played third base for the Yankees in Tampa, had a double and was 2 for 3. Pretty cool. I'm excited about Clarke Schmidt. I feel like having a full season under his belt as the fifth starter is going to help him be the fourth starter in this year's rotation, because as you all know, Luis Gil is going to be the fifth starter. So it will be Nestor, Rodon, Stroman in Houston, Schmidt, Gil, Nestor against Arizona. And then I guess that means Rodon lines up for the home opener, right? Am I doing my math correctly? Because I don't think it's a 4-game series against Arizona. Oh, wait, it's a 4-game series against Houston. See, I'm doing the math wrong. Okay. So Stroman lines up for the home opener, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was. Oh, right. That's why he didn't want to throw opening day. Part of the reason why. He didn't want to mess with his routine, and he wanted to be at the home opener, right? Because I'm assuming since the series opens up in Houston on Thursday, and I don't think they have the Friday off. They're not doing that. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, that could be fun. I feel like Stroman can, I said this on yesterday's show, I feel like Stroman will step up to the occasion, and I think that he'll do well. I think it's going to be fun. Through the power and magic of editing, I just checked. Yankees are losing 8-5. They scored a run. Hey, they're making it interesting. So here we are. It's Tuesday, March 26th, as you're watching this. Spring training is over. Opening day is 2 days away. The Yankees, half of them are in Houston, waiting for the other part of the team to show up from Mexico. They're getting ready, but spring training is over, basically. We're here, guys. The regular season is what's next. Opening day is what's next. And considering how slow January felt, February and March flew by. April is next week. We're here. I can't believe it. And I know that it doesn't look great going into the regular season, the opener, without Garrett Cole. But knowing that he doesn't need surgery, that there isn't a tear in his elbow is good enough for me. And knowing that he should be back in a couple of months is also good enough for me. Hopefully he will be okay. But I'm excited still. I was more excited before Cole got hurt, but I'm still excited for this team. I feel like they can still do things. They can definitely keep their heads above water as long as everyone else stays healthy until Cole comes back. And I think they have a good chance at being a good team this year. I don't think Baseball Reference is correct. Of course, you can always come back to this when the season ends if I'm completely wrong. But right now, I feel like this team has a chance to be good still, even with Cole out. We'll see, of course, but I still feel that way. Let me know how you think. Like, how are you feeling now that spring training is over and you've seen how some of these guys are doing? Have they inspired confidence, or are you still worried? Let me know below. Let me know below. Leave a comment. I want to hear. I want to know what you guys are thinking. So coming up next, DJ's foot and one final thought. Say goodbye to busted brackets because FanDuel lets you bet on every game of the tournament. Whether you're betting on a big upset or a 1 seed, it's time to go dancing on America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $200 to use on point spreads, money lines, and you can even pick who's gonna win it all. You can bet on the men's tournament and the women's tournament. Right now on the men's side, Connecticut is leading the pack to win it all. Houston, Purdue, Arizona, and Tennessee are rounding out the top 5 to win it all. And I can't say what's going on with the women right now because they're playing. There are games happening right now. There's a very exciting game happening right now, and something might actually kind of mess things up for some people. So if you bet one way, it might be bad for you. But that's how the NCAA tournament works on both sides. Crazy things can happen. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and bet on college hoops until they cut down the nets. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, and now it's also available on Amazon Fire TV in the free Fire TV Channels app. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today, now available on the free Fire TV Channels app. So DJ, bone bruise, foot, not feeling well, going on the IL. I assumed he was going to go on the IL, but they made it official on Monday. Now, Brian Cashman didn't rule out that DJ would be ready for the home opener on April 7th, but I mean, every time they say, oh, yeah, no, he's going on the IL, but he's okay. It's fine. How many times have we seen it where a bone bruise is pretty serious. Bone bruise in the foot is probably really serious because, as I said on yesterday's show, your foot is not very meaty. And if you have a bone bruise, it could be really painful and really nagging and just, I don't know about you guys, but if you hurt a certain part of your body that you've never hurt before, you never realized how much you use that part of your body until you do it. I mean, obviously, you use your foot all the time, but when you have a constant aching pain in your foot, it's just really bad. So keep him on the IL. Don't try to rush him back for the home opener. You got Oswaldo Cabrera there to play third. They said he's probably going to play third. So in the meantime, that's perfectly fine. It's fine. You have Oswaldo at third, Volpe at short, Glaber at second, Rizzo at first. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, the rotation is starting without Garrett Cole. The infield can start without DJ LeMahieu. It's okay. I think it'll be okay. Guess we'll find out. See, and now that I said that, I just looked something up to make sure that I had the right info for DJ because I saw the quote from Cashman talking about the home opener. But now Boone is saying this. The last 2 days, as he's ramped up a little bit, it's just been slow. It's not close to where it needs to be, so the timeline became inevitable. Boone said that LeMahieu is dealing with swelling in the foot and is scheduled to go an MRI on Friday. LeMahieu will remain behind in Tampa, and Boone said that he did not know if he would be ready for the home opener. Cool. Don't you love that? That's like a day apart. Cashman's like, yeah, no, he might be ready for the home opener. And then the next day, Boone's like, no, I don't think he's going to be ready for the home opener. This is the problem with everything being told to you right away. I'm old enough to remember the days of looking at the box score the next day, not having the internet to look at the box score. You had to wait for the paper to come out, and you looked at the box score in the morning to see how the team did if you went to sleep. Now you can find that you can watch the box score auto-populate as you're watching the game on the internet. The same thing is with the access to the media. And I know you're going to say, Stace, you've been complaining about how the Yankees treat the injuries and how they say that one thing and it's not that. I think part of the problem is we get everything right away. The beat writers are quick to report on every single thing, and we get everything within seconds of it happening. Where before the internet, I'm going to sound so ancient when I say this, but it's true. Before the internet, you didn't find out about things till the next day. Maybe you would hear it on the news report, like a late news report or something like that, but you would almost always hear about it the next day. Maybe that's why we didn't know about injuries and stuff. Or maybe that's why we feel like the injuries weren't as crazy back then, because there's this rush to get everything out and everything said and let everyone know up to the second what's happening. So maybe that's part of the problem, that everything is instantaneous. You have to know everything right away. And that's what happened here. You have one day, oh yeah, he's probably going to be ready for the home opener. And the next day, no, he's not going to be ready for the home opener. Anyway, enough about that. One final thought before I end the show. I just wanted to thank all you people for watching and listening, and let you know that we're working on getting someone to do the show with me again. I like having a partner. I don't mind doing it by myself, but I feel more comfortable. I've gotten used to having someone to bounce ideas off of and to talk to. I like talking to you guys, but it's not that easy. It's better to have a conversation with a partner. So we're working on that, just to let you know, and it may be happening sooner than later. But I just wanted to thank you all for, sticking with me this past month as I do this by myself. But we have some exciting things coming up in the regular season, and big plans for Locked On and things happening in the New York area with Locked On. And I feel like this is going to be a fun season, and I can't wait for you guys to come along with me and a possible co-host as we go through the 2024 season, the ups and the downs and everything else that comes with the baseball season. So I just wanted to thank you all for sticking with me and sticking with the show. We are nearly at 5,900 subscribers, which means we're almost at 6,000, which is unbelievable to me. Thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate it. That's just fantastic. So one more time before I end this edition of Locked On Yankees, don't forget to join the Locked On Yankees Insiders Club. There's a link in the description below and a 14-day free trial. You get texts from me. You can text me questions for Fan Mail Friday. And speaking of that, you can leave your questions under the pinned comment below on YouTube, and I will answer those questions as well. But if you join the Insiders Club, you will get top priority. That's just the way it works. So coming up the remainder of this week, we're going to talk about how the team is shaping up in time for opening day. And opening day, we're going to talk about opening day because it's only 2 days away. I'm so excited. So that's going to do it for this edition of Locked On Yankees. I'm Stacey Gotsoulias. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.